press recently has been talking a lot about how champenois have been increasing the vineyard land that can be used to make champagne. And I think it's a very interesting topic because it draws in all sorts of topics such as terroir and marketing and, what does the appellation contrôlée law actually mean and how can it protect champagne and then suddenly just be expanded, to make room for more vines so they can make more champagne so they can sell more of it. It seems to go against the whole grain of protecting regionality. But I have to say, I think that there's also been a lot of hyperbole and a lot of overreaction to it because the studies have shown that the land that has been chosen for expansion is still very typically the terroir, the champenoise. And, the fact of the matter is, if you have a market, if you have a product, you have to be able to sell it. You have to be able to make it economically viable. So you have to have some propensity for growth. Otherwise, you're protecting a jewel that could very quickly become very archaic. So, frankly, from an economic point of view, I think it's a very sensible thing to do. Secondly, it isn't all just expansion. They have actually knocked out 2 or 3 vineyard areas owned by some of the big names like Moet et Chandon, because they deem not to be suitable for the growing of grapes anymore. So it isn't all just growth. It is actually, cutting away some of the dead wood as well. I think the expansion will create, I think it's 7 to 10% more champagne for the world market. Well, quite frankly, that's not a huge amount. When you're considering the emerging markets of China and India, the demand will be far, far more significant than that. What I hope it will do is to try and improve the areas of Champagne that have been allowed to keep their AOC status to a point where they're all producing fantastic, good quality champagne that will then mean that the word champagne becomes synonymous once again with really true, good quality sparkling wine. But it is interesting to note that what was really just an acre of land worth probably £1,000 has suddenly, in the space of 6 months, become worth in the region of £750,000. I have to say that, I live near Agen, and there's no chance of them expanding Champagne down there, but if they're ever thinking about expanding Bordeaux, then I've got an acre of land that's probably worth about £200 that I'd love to have included in the Bordeaux Appellation Contrôlée. Don't worry about it. I think you'll still find that your wines from Champagne will still be good quality. And also, don't forget, not everything is as you see it in Champagne anyway. So I don't think this slight expansion in vineyards is going to make a huge amount of difference to the wonderful wines that derive from that beautiful place. I've got some Pinot Noir, which is a great variety from Champagne in my glass, so I'm just going to enjoy that. Cheers.